Welcome, friends. We've got some exciting new news in the Star Trek Prodigy front. No, there hasn't been a new home announced or anything along that. However, over the weekend at Star Trek Las Vegas, some interesting new information was shared along with a 4.5-minute clip from the first episode of Season 2. That's right, Season 2 is happening. It's pretty much finished. There are guest stars. There are new ships. There are new adventures, and this is all being set up for a show that currently has not found a home. However, the Hagemans have said, they've said pretty emphatically that they are 100% certain there will be a home for this. Not entirely sure where that's going to be. I have my hunch it might be Netflix simply because of the working relationship they already have, but that remains to be seen. However, there is hope because we have this information now. I have seen it reported from some dubious outlets out there that it will be premiering on Paramount Plus. I don't think that's going to be the case, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. So let's take a little bit of a look here and discover what was shown. And I'm not going to show the entire trailer in its entirety because, I'm assuming copyrights will kill me or something if I do that. But it is here, and I will link to it. We got 4 minutes and 36 seconds, and within that, we got some fantastic information. So the creators, Kevin and Dan Hageman, did reveal the extended first look at the second season's premiere episode, and it was shown at Star Trek Las Vegas. So I don't know if that means more will be coming out after the recaps and everything, but as of right now, this is what we have. So they commented on the clip, and they shared that their talented and dedicated Star Trek Prodigy team is hard at work on Season 2, and all of us can't wait for the world to see it. It's just too good. So in the clip, we get the coming together of most of the original cast. Now, if you can recall, at the end of Season 1, most of them joined Starfleet. Gwyn, however, went off on her own to adventure back to her home, being displaced in time. She'll be adventuring there before her father even left to begin with. So she is not in this clip. However, she is explicitly referenced. The same with Janeway. Neither Admiral Janeway nor regular hologram Janeway, which we spent most of the time with, were present. Again, they were heavily referenced, and I assume we'll be seeing one, if not both of them. But let me read this here. The clip shows the crew of the USS Protostar, who are now warrant officers in Starfleet training, Dal, Roktok, Zero, Jankum, Pog, and Murph. They're reunited for an internship under the command of Admiral Janeway, who, as I said, wasn't actually in this clip, but they did mention in this clip, very briefly, most of the fleet is off dealing with the Romulan evacuation, so that tells us roughly where we are in time. This is all happening, I guess, equivalent to that Picard Season 1 stuff, where the synths attack. I hope they don't really touch heavily on that, and it's just a throwaway line because of canon and all that, but whatever, that remains to be seen. We do see our crew here in this clip wearing their new, I guess they're warrant officer uniforms. I'm not entirely sure how that works, so I'm going to skip through this a little bit here if it will allow me to do so. We get Jankum here. He is kind of learning to suppress those Tellarite instincts, and everyone's kind of feeling a little odd about that, I suppose. And it's nice. They're all kind of commiserating with each other, I suppose you could say, and they're, wishing they had more chances to meet up with each other, but this grueling Starfleet work is kind of, taking up all of their time. And then the shuttle to come and whisk them away shows up. Now, you can probably already tell from this shuttle and from a shuttle we saw in last season where we're going to end up, but in case you don't, I will get to that in a little bit. You can see right here, though, the registration number, what that means for us. But who should be on this shuttle? They think it's going to be Janeway, but no. It is Robert Picardo's doctor. He actually refers to himself as the Doctor. He doesn't yet have a name, or if he does, he doesn't reference it here. I'm wondering if they are ever going to get to the point where he has a name. In the alternate future, he went by Joe. But because events were changed in that future timeline, that never occurred, so I don't think he has yet settled on a name. Would be interesting to find out in this show if there is more more than meets the eye on that. Has he actually settled on something? Does he have any relationships going on? Because he did get married in that alternate future, so it would be kind of intriguing to discover basically anything about this holographic doctor, the EMH. And this has to, in my opinion, mean we're getting more Voyager cameos here. We've already gotten several. We have Janeway, a couple different versions of Janeway. We got Jellicoe, not that he was Voyager. We got Okana, even though he was TNG. We got Chakotay, he was a big presence. And then there were a couple other minor ancillary characters, but it has been stated explicitly and specifically by a couple of the other actors, the main one, I believe, being Harry Kim's actor, Garrett Wang, stating that he couldn't appear in Picard because he belonged to Prodigy. So that leads me some belief here that he will probably make an appearance here. And I think even Tom Paris said the same thing. I could be mistaken on that. So are we going to get a quasi-reunion of some sort here on the new version of the ship that we will be spending time on in this season? Not the Protostar. We are coming aboard the brand spanking new... Let's see if I can play a little bit here without getting in trouble. And they're spending too much time there. Sorry about this, guys. This is the least professional broadcast on the entire internet. But we see here, beautiful in its CG glory, the Voyager-A. And the Doctor explicitly states that it has been upgraded using all the newest Starfleet stuff, including all of the knowledge and materials brought back by the original Voyager to the Alpha Quadrant, and it's going to be captained by Admiral Janeway herself, because, as I previously mentioned, most of the fleet is off evacuating Romulus, and their mission, if they choose to accept it, which they really don't have any choice, they're warrant officers on an internship, but their mission is to go ahead and go monitor the wormhole that was created from their time-hopping shenanigans back from the future in the Delta Quadrant. All of that stuff from Season 1, they are now going to investigate the stability of this temporal wormhole, and probably things will ensue. Shenanigans will enhance. What am I even talking about? And they will probably have time travel stuff going on. I'm wondering if we're going to get the Chakotay reveal because he's stuck in the future. But Gwen is going to the same planet in the past. So are we going to hop to the future to rescue Chakotay and run into a 50-some-odd-year older Gwen, and then she has to interact with our younger crew, and then maybe we'll get the original younger Gwen back, kind of similar to the Doctor Who episode where there was two Amy Ponds. That could potentially be a situation we encounter here, and I am definitely on board for this. There's been no mistake about it if you've watched my videos. Prodigy, out of all the current batch of Star Trek, feels the most like classic Star Trek to me, and it's the one I'm most excited about out of all the stuff we have right now, especially since Picard is over and we're not getting that continued legacy stuff unless that's confirmed at some point. This is the heart of where I want to exist. I don't want to go back into the past so much. I know Strange New Worlds is, doing well, but that's in the past. I want to move forward, and I know this is said before Picard, but this is the time period that I love the most, so anything around here and forward is where I really want to explore. To me, a perfect slate of Star Trek shows right now would be continue with Strange New Worlds. They're doing some interesting, weird stuff, but I would say do the Legacy show, do a in real-time events after Enterprise pickup. For me, I would like to see the first real integrated Federation fleet out there, the first vessel, maybe have Shran on there, any returning Enterprise actors, just to kind of continue on that. I know I just said I don't like prequels, but that is a series that didn't get the ending it needed, and it definitely deserves more love and more consideration. So I would do a continuation, sort of Enterprise, continue with Strange New Worlds. I would do a spin-off, I suppose you could say, of the animated Lower Deck show, of an animated Titan series with Riker and Troy, and you could follow the novels and have Tuvok on there as well. That would be ideal for me, and obviously the Legacy show. Those would probably be my favorite, and then you take Prodigy, which could spin off eventually into a Voyager reunion show and tie into the events of Legacy with the more grown-up versions of these cadets here from the Prodigy group. Whether or not they could have the same actors in live action, I don't know, but that would be fantastic. I know I'm waffling here, and there's not a ton to really go over, but I just wanted to touch on this because this is exciting news, and even though we don't have a home for Prodigy at the moment. If it doesn't go anywhere, I have to imagine we'll be able to buy it or watch it on demand or something. This shows there is still love and hope and respect for the classic era of Star Trek, and it's not entirely forgotten, and we still have a place to go for that, even though that place is currently pending. But what do you think? What are your thoughts on all this? Are you excited? Are you not a fan of animation at all? Did you watch Prodigy? Do you think it's going to Netflix? Do you think it's going to Amazon? Leave all your thoughts down below. While you're there, like, share, subscribe, do all the fancy YouTube things. Again, I will share the link if you want to watch the full 4.5 minutes somewhere on your own time. But until next time, computer end program.